friends, Tracy Bish here, Stampin Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Welcome to the Global Monthly Video Hop for December. This month's theme is memory keeping, which is so much fun. Now, we are Stampin Up demonstrators from around the world and we get together every month with a new theme, so make sure you check out the description of this video to see who is participating this month and go over and see what they're all creating. So I have taken this great Nutcracker Tags Kit that's available now. I'm pretty sure it came out last month or the month before that. It's really great. It creates 12 gorgeous tags, perfect for your Christmas gift giving. But I wanted to take this kit and create a page. Now, I'm telling you that we are only going to create the single page, but I'm doing a double page spread, so I'll have a video up on this YouTube channel in the next week or two with the page 2, so check that out. Okay, so besides the tag kit, we have some 12 by 12 cardstock. I've got White Willow, Poppy Parade, Summer Splash and Granny Apple Green. And to start off with, my back page is going to be the White Willow, and then I'm going to have two pieces of the Poppy Parade two-tone cardstock that are going to measure 12 inches by 1.5 inches. Now, the bottom piece, this second piece that I'm cutting here, I'm also going to tear the bottom. Now, the two-tone cardstock is really great. It is a little bit thinner, so perfect for your scrapbooking pages. It doesn't create so much bulk. But it has two sides, so one light and one dark side. So you're sort of getting two uses out of the one sheet of cardstock. It also has a white core, so Stampin' Up's cardstock is dyed all the way through except for this two-tone cardstock, which has the white core. So by tearing the edge, and you tear it towards yourself, you create a nice little white edge there that gives a great texture as well as a great little element to really show off your page. So we're sort of going to put that top and bottom of the page and leaving a little bit of that White Willow in the top and bottom of the page there as well. Okay, so Summer Splash, I'm going to bring this one in, and this is going to be measured at 12 inches by 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut two of those because I'm going to layer them top and bottom as well, so it's sort of just breaking down the colors that are in that kit. Now, on this page I'm only going to use one of the Nutcracker tags, but on the second page I'll be using, I think, at least two more of these nutcrackers. So super cute. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and I love that, you know, you've got a good mixture of nutcrackers there. There's one female and two males. So cute. Okay, the next one I have here is a piece of Granny Apple Green, and this was just a scrap that I had left over. It wasn't going to fit, so for this section it's going to measure 12 inches by 6 inches, and that's going to be this center of my scrapbook page. Now, I decided I wanted a 4x6 and a 3x4 inch photo, so I've got my photo mounts there. So I've got my 3x4 on the left, the 4x6 in the middle, and then on the right hand side I wanted to have some sort of journaling spot. So I grabbed out the Just a Note dies. Now, this was a online exclusive. I believe it's still available here in Australia, so a really great one. It's got little paper clips and, you know, all really good for those scrapbooking pages, for school pages and all those sorts of things. So I've die cut one of those from the White Willow. Now, because White Willow is like a super white cardstock, you can't really mix your basic whites there with that because there's a massive difference. So I've just cut down a bit of White Willow and die cut that page piece. And then I have my gold foil cardstock, and I'm going to create a mat for that 4x6 photo. I really want that photo in the middle to pop and stand out. And I'm just trying to think what size that was. I'm not sure what I cut it as. Maybe 5x7. Maybe sounds about right, but I really didn't like it. It was way too big, so I've cut it down to 4.5 by 6.5, which gives it's still a very nice little border. hang on, let me measure it. I think it might be 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch on each 4 sides, and I think that that is definitely enough there. I don't really think that it needed any more. It could have probably even gone with a 1/8 inch border, but I really did want that gold foil to pop up. Now, one thing I will say, when you're using gold foil, you can do some die cutting behind that photo mount. That way you're not going to waste any of that gold foil. You could also do, get some die cuts out. Grab some of your dies, do some die cuts of that middle piece, and you're not wasting any of your gold foil. You only get 2 sheets in that whole pack, so it's a really great idea to do that for this video, because I didn't want to sort of waste your time cutting anything out. I've left it, but normally I'm a bit of a tight ass. I would definitely die from that as well. Okay, so I did bring in this set. For my title, I wanted to use that Nutcracker Tag set. So just looking, there are a couple of different ones you could do. Cheers. Let me have a look. Cheer to last this year. For you, sending joy and believe in the magic of Christmas. And that's the one I went with. I really wanted that one. So I'm not sure where I'm putting that sentiment piece. I'm actually creating this as we go, so I do change things around a little bit until I have it where I really want it. And I also want to add a couple of those, or at least one of the holly and berries, and the backing to the tag as well. So I'm going to be adding the Nutcracker down without the tag in the background, but I wanted to still use a tag on the page. And I thought it actually looked really nice behind that little notepad. So I could certainly cut that down a little bit, maybe to add, just so I'm putting a little bit down at the top and a little bit down at the bottom, and then I've got a little bit in the middle that I'm not wasting. Again, because I'm not really used to doing videos with scrapbooking yet. I'm just getting back into it, and I haven't figured my groove out completely. I've just glued down that whole tag over the top or underneath that notebook piece of paper. So, but yeah, definitely if you're doing this at home, cut down your pieces so you've got those little extras for other projects, whether they be cards or memory keeping, whatever you're doing. Okay, so here I'm just deciding which tag I wanted. I know that I'm going to be using the little girl and another one on the other page, but I really wanted to, ended up using the grey old man. So there's one with brown, one with black, and one that's grey. So I wanted the grey Nutcracker on the left hand side, and I think this is really coming together. It looks great. It's missing, a little bit of oomph and that sort of stuff, but don't worry, we're going to figure that out. We're just sort of working the layout so far, and yeah, I've chosen this little Nutcracker here. So cute. Just trying to work out how I'm going to fit him on and where I want him, but I do know that that's the one I need. Now with these Nutcracker tags, they have accessories, so hats and moustaches or beards, or for the girl, her boots are popped up, and they're secondary pieces that pop up to give it some life to the tag as well, which is great. I'm also using the Keeping Traditions stamp set. This is a memory keeping stamp set, which is also really great for cards. Don't not look at it because it's geared towards more scrapbooking. You could certainly make some really great cards with it as well. So I'm going to use that stamp set, and here we are with some little die cut pieces. These are holly and berries. Now I do sort of muck around working out what color I would like. I do go with that Summer Splash color. I think that one just sort of works really well with the design, and I don't have a lot of that greeny blue in the background, so I think that worked quite well. And I could even come back and add, as I'm looking at what I'm doing here, I really do like that holly and berry up near the Mr. Nutcracker, but I don't end up popping that in. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So I'm also wanting to grab out one of the stamp sets. I'm using the Holly Jolly, and we're going to create on our little borders that are Poppy Parade. We're going to do some watermarking stamping. So I'm using some Versamark ink, and I'm just going to stamp along both those strips with the Holly Jolly stamp. Now it doesn't super stand out, like I could have used Poppy Parade ink. I wanted something that was a little bit subtle, that you could still see the great design in it but not really stand out. I want the focus to be on the photos and also the Nutcracker there, so just adds and breaks down that boringness as well. Like if I just left the strip of cardstock plain, I think it would probably look a little too plain for my liking anyway. We already have, you know, the strip of Summer Splash and the Granny Apple Green in the middle that is completely, nothing's touching it. So now to really uplift your page, that little Summer Splash strip, I could either heat emboss or emboss with an embossing folder. That would look really great. Adding that little bit of texture to your page really does help your layout to come to life as well. Okay, so once we have both of those done, and I did stagger them a little bit, so what's on the top layer is not exactly the same on the bottom layer. Because it's 1.5 inches wide, I could fit 2 stamps along, but if it was a little bit bigger, what I would do is I'd probably stamp the center first and then stamp upwards and then downwards to make sure that it's sort of a little bit more evened out. It would look funny if, you know, you're stamping from the very top of that layer and then you get a second layer in, and then maybe the third line across is only sort of seeing part way. I don't know, for me that wouldn't work too well for me. I would struggle with that a little bit. So if it's, depending on what stamp you choose, just work out how it's going to sit as you're stamping. Okay, so we're almost finished, and I really do love the effect of the watercolor stamping with your Versamark ink. So if you haven't tried that, let me know, and let me know if you're going to try it. Now, all the products that I've used on today's page you can find in my online store, and I would love it if you live in Australia and you would like to purchase through me. You could certainly purchase in my online store. I will also have the measurements in the description of this video too, so maybe if you would like to recreate this page, those measurements of the cardstock will be there ready for you. And if you are enjoying this video, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up, left me a comment, maybe share the video with your crafty friends. Okay, so moving on, I had bought these probably 6 months ago or more, and they are, where is my packaging? Gansai Tambi Starry Colours. Now, if you live in Australia, you can actually buy a couple of different sets. Where I got these ones from was Officeworks, and they have, this is like a pot of 6 gold colours or metallic colours. They've got silver and golds, which is really great for this, and I was so excited to be able to use these. Now I'm going to give you a couple of tips with this. A paintbrush would probably work better. Unfortunately, I've ruined my few paintbrushes that I have on my craft desk, so I couldn't use those. I do need to grab some, but what you need to do is just add a little bit of water to these paints, which is, I think that's what they are. I've used my water painters, which the first one that I'm doing here left a really light splatter, which looked gorgeous, but it was so light and the little sprinkles were really small. So then I've come in with another water painter that I have and really added a little bit more water to it so I could get some bigger drops, both the top and bottom of the page. As you can see, I just moved everything down. Don't do that. if you splatter, you're going to get it everywhere, and I did. I got it on the front of my page in places that I really didn't want to. So I've got gold splatter on my photo mount. I've got gold splatter on where I do my writing. I'm looking at it as though I meant that to go there because, you know, a little bit of gold splatter doesn't hurt anyone. But it's really, I really wanted to try and keep it more on the white willow cardstock, but it still looks really great. And I do recommend grabbing some of those paints if you're doing scrapbooking. You could also use it on your card layouts as well. It's so cool. And once it dries, which it doesn't take long to dry, it has so much shine and sparkle. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I really don't think that the video or the photos are going to show that up as well as it is in real person. Okay, so layering it all back together, I'm just trying to make sure you can see I've got it splattered everywhere. I just want to make sure that I have it all layered to how I want it, and then we're going to do a quick pop down and adhere everything down. I'm using my Seal Plus on my scrapbooking pages. I'm a little worried to use my liquid glue. I can have a bit of a heavy hand, so I wanted to have like a tape glue for my scrapbooking pages, and I really like how that works. I've actually finally worked how to use that tape runner. It does have a little bit of a trick to it, so but yeah, you've got to find something that works for you as well. Now, this video is a collaboration with some friends of mine in Stampin' Up, so I would really love it if you go and check out all their videos. You can find each video in the description of this video, so please go over and have a look at what they're creating. I'm sure you'll get lots of tips and ideas and enjoy their videos, because memory keeping is not just scrapbooking. People will probably be doing albums and all sorts of different goodies, maybe even a bit of decor as well, who knows. But I'm sure you'll get lots and lots of inspiration from them. And don't forget, you know, that make sure you give them the thumbs up, subscribe to their channel if you enjoy their video, and all that. Okay, so now I've sort of come back, I've arranged everything how I want it. I'm going to grab out the little pieces to pop up. So he has a little crown, almost said helmet. No, it's a crown, and also a little mustache. We're going to pop them up with some mini dimensionals. They actually come in the kit as well. So what's really great with Stampin' Up's kits, they have everything included in the kit. So there will be a block if there's going to be any stamping. The stamp set will be included if there's any stamping, and the ink will also be included. It also comes with all the embellishments and all the adhesives. So in this kit here, there are dimensionals as well as mini glue dots. But sometimes you'll get tear and tape in the kit as well. So this also has black baker's twine, which you'll see I will put on in a few minutes to my tag, and I really didn't like how it turned out. So we're gonna make an alternative and use what I have in my stash, and I'm sure everyone that's watching has a little stash of their craft items that they keep for their projects. And I'm using some gold twine that retired, I think last year or the year before. I actually bought a fair bit of it because I love my Christmas crafting with gold and silver, and I'm so glad I did, because we haven't had any gold and silver this year with twines or ribbons, unless they're mixed in with another colour. So really happy with how that turned out. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly run these through, and I left this in, I just sped it up to show you how I'm attaching it all. And I'll probably use way more adhesive than I need to. I've sort of added that to the center of that piece, and then we're going to add our strip of Summer Splash to the top and bottom. And I didn't line that up correctly, so I had to cut a little bit off the side. And then we're going to add our top piece and the bottom pieces as well. So hopefully you're getting a few little ideas. Now, Stampin' Up have scrapbooking workshop kits available, so you can have a look at those in my online store if you would like to get started with scrapbooking, and maybe you don't want to think about how you're going to create the pages. They have everything in there, so it's full color photos with instructions and dimensions, everything that you need. So go and check those out if you would like to get started. Maybe if you are just getting started back into scrapbooking, if you've done scrapbooking before, maybe that is a great way of getting back into it as well. We have, I think there is actually quite a few workshop kits in our online store, so go and check those out. And I love that I'm seeing demonstrators use our card kits as well in the scrapbooking. So I just think that's a great idea to cross-promote everything that Stampin' Up has on offer. So I'm also going to pop up that little holly and berries, and I did go with that summer splash. And I love how, you know, it's all sort of come together. Here I'm going to try that basic black twine, which actually looks really good on the tags when you're doing the tag kit. But I really don't have much black on here at all, except for with the tag in these outlines. So, and I wanted to keep this nice and bright and fun and pretty, and black just really didn't go with it. But honestly, the gold twine works perfectly, and I love that gold twine come in a pack of gold and silver. So silver would probably look really good. You could change it all. No, actually it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because the tags are gold. Excuse me, I'm talking too much. Yeah, so the gold and silver came in that pack. But I'm sure you could find metallic threads on the market. It's just a shame that Stampin' Up didn't have any this year, because I think metallics definitely go so well at Christmas time. And then once we have that done, I think I just need to add my 4x6 photo mount together and down on my page, and we are done. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that it's inspired you to get a little bit of your own scrapbooking or memory keeping started or completed, or, you know, just get in and get it done. I really have loved having you here for this long video. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to have a look at everyone's projects for this video hop. I'm going to bring it up close to you in just a second to show you those gold flecks, and this shimmer paint is absolutely gorgeous. I think turned out so well. My voice is almost gone. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so if you have enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up, shared the video, left me a comment, or hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We are doing the Countdown to Christmas with my friend Rachel Merrick. So if you haven't caught that series yet, and you're still in need of Christmas crafts or cards and treats, go and check that out as well. We've got some great projects there. So you can see that shimmer. Can you? I'm actually filming this of a night time, so it's a little hard with my lighting. But take it from me, the top and bottom and in between where I've got the extra splatters, the gold really does look so pretty. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back here really soon. Alright everyone, bye.